Good morning, Zionsville High School. I'm Josie.
And I'm Lauren.
And I'm Max.
And I'm Dax.
And I'm outside the high school this week to bring you the Harbinger headlines. Hey guys, I know it's been a pretty crazy and unpredictable past couple of weeks, and I know that overall it kind of sucks because it kind of sucks for me too. I mean, I'm a senior and I'm missing my last semester of being with my friends and my classmates and doing all the extracurriculars I like to do. And I know that even if you're not a senior, that it still kind of sucks because you're missing a whole section of your high school experience. And I know that maybe it kind of feels like it's going downhill or that things are taking a turn for the worse, but we just got to keep it in mind that we're going to get through it. It will get better, and that regardless of what happens for the rest of the semester, even the rest of the year, that we're going to overcome it. And what we really need to keep in mind is that we're really living through history, and everything that's happening right now is so important, and it's going to continue to be important for the rest of our lives. So here at the Harbinger, we're here to bring you updates as we hear them and to spread the latest news about what's happening right now. We all know that safety is our collective goal throughout this crazy time, and so many Zionsville students have been self-isolating and trying to keep themselves as safe and healthy as possible, so we're going to head to Lauren to see a little bit more about that.
As COVID-19 continues to spread, the health department has suggested social distancing. Here are some things Zionsville High School students have been doing during quarantine. Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Massachusetts, and many other states issued a stay-at-home order. This means you should only go out and go to the doctor, go to the store, go get medicine. Otherwise, you should stay at home for the safety of our community. Don't forget to wash your hands, and have a good day.
Thanks, Lauren. With my free time, I decided to take up juggling. Obviously, I'm still learning. Due to the rapid spread of this virus, many world sports and also local sports have had to cut their seasons short. Here's Max to tell you a little bit more.
Hey Eagles, this is no ordinary sports section because, as I'm sure most of you know, the recent COVID-19 outbreak has put almost all the nation's and world's sporting events on hold, if not canceled. Due to the virus, the NBA season has been postponed, NCAA March Madness tournament has been canceled, and the NHL has also postponed the rest of their season. The Soccer Premier League has also been pushed back, along with Formula One and NASCAR, and the 2020 Tokyo Olympics have been pushed back to 2021. For those in spring sports, this can be a tough time, especially for players in their senior season. For our high school athletes, their senior season is something they've dreamed about for the last 4 years. A chance to get out there and play the sport you love for your school one last time. But with the coronavirus canceling all school activities until at least May 1st, our current seniors are losing that opportunity. Here are a few senior athletes to talk about that.
So this year for track, we were just starting our indoor meets. We had 2 indoor meets right before they told us we'd be going on quarantine and out of school. And so the rest of our indoor season was canceled. And we'd been running since early December, and so our indoor state got canceled, which was kind of disappointing.
I think one of the worst parts for a lot of the girls was that the night that school got canceled was also supposed to be the night of our first game. So we all wore our jerseys to school that day, and everyone was really excited for the game after school. And then 7th period, we got the call that school was going to be canceled for 2 weeks, and that meant that our game that night was going to be canceled too. And so instead of heading out to the locker rooms to get ready and get pumped for our game after school, we headed out to clean out our lockers. And I remember talking to one of my teammates in there who just so happened to be a freshman, and she commented on how she wasn't going to get the chance to play with all the seniors, and that how it was her first season, but it was our last, and so she would never get the chance to play with a lot of the girls on the team, and how that was really bumming her out because she was so excited for her season.
The thing that's the worst about losing my senior season this year is because I spent a lot of time being one of the captains on the team, spent a lot of time preseason and in the summer just like working on the team, making it less so of a just lacrosse team, more so of a brotherhood. I wanted that unity because I knew it'd work better. And just kind of getting through one game and seeing it all go to the hole just kind of sucks. I'm lucky enough to have another 4 years at college, but I know a lot of guys aren't that lucky. So I'm super fortunate, but kind of looking at all the other guys on the team who look up to me, having to not play with them another year is really probably the worst part of the whole thing.
I realized that last year might have been my first and my last season playing lacrosse. And for a lot of girls, they had 3-4 years before, but for me, I just had the one. And so it was a really big bummer not to work so hard and have all this build up to my senior season. That just never got to happen. Like, we might not get to have a senior night or a lot of the things that you really look forward to going into your senior season.
So as of right now, we're not allowed to meet for practices, so we're all working out individually, and we gotta just keep it up to ourselves to stay in shape and everything like that. So
it just seems like it didn't really end on the right note. We didn't get that last season that everyone wanted, but not much you can do about it, so.
Our athletic director, Mr. Shellhouse, says that if we're able to return to school on May 1st, then we will start practices that day, and since we need 5 practices before an event, that would make the first possible event May 7th. However, at this time, it's not certain that we will return to school before the 1st of May. If this is the case, we will not have a spring season at all.
Thanks, Max. As I'm sure we're all aware, COVID-19 has impacted pretty much every aspect of our daily lives, including our workplaces. So Dax is here to tell you a little bit about how students are being impacted by the changes going on in our workplaces.
COVID-19 has affected Zionsville in many ways, from stores running out of items and even to jobs being forced to close their lobbies and resort to drive-through only. This has affected some Zionsville students from being given restricted hours and even outright losing their jobs from the virus's effects. We asked some Zionsville students how COVID has affected their place of work.
So I work at Panera Bread in Whitestown, and the coronavirus has definitely had a negative impact on our restaurant.
So I work at Suntan City, and it's shut down right now because of the coronavirus. And the way that it's affecting my life is just that I'm not getting paid. So it's not really that big of a deal since we can't go anywhere and get anything.
At the moment, we only have our drive-thru and our to-go services open. So we are definitely losing business because of that. And a lot of our employees are unable to come into work either because their particular position is just not needed at the moment, or because they are at high risk for catching the virus and we just want to keep them safe. So we have less people working at a time.
So right now is our busy season at Suntan City, so we're losing a lot of money with that, and it probably is going to not go well with the company, and we're also going to stay closed, I think, later than we thought we were because of the lockdown that's happening now, and then just other stuff like that.
It's definitely a very difficult time, especially for people who can't come into work and who aren't earning any money.
Thanks, Dax. I wanted to quickly remind everyone that the best thing that you can do to help is to wash your hands, avoid going out unless it's completely necessary, don't touch your face, and please stay inside. And to all of my seniors out there, keep your heads up. I know this really, really, really sucks, but I hope that you're all doing what you can to make the best out of this situation. Have a great spring break. Thanks for watching. Hi, we're the Zionsville High School Harbinger staff, and have a stay inside spring break.